Let's get started.
We welcome in Anscape's Mark Spears. Mark, you had a great piece up on Anscape about Devin Booker wanting his respect. And Booker surprised a lot of NBA fans and frankly, the officials by returning to the lineup for Game 6 against the Pelicans after suffering a hamstring injury just 9 days prior. So what's the Suns' level of confidence for their series against the Mavs with Devin Booker nearing full strength?
Well, he actually wanted to play in Game 5, and they held him out. He said this morning that his hamstring feels great. They got a lot around-the-clock treatment since Thursday, and he's ready to go. So DeAndre Ayton told me, he's like, man, a healthy book is a scary book. And I think he averaged like 40 against the Mavs. It wasn't quite that. He averaged 23 against the Mavs in the regular season. And but if respect is what he's looking for, and the Suns deservedly feel like he's not getting that, you're getting to play against Luka. You're getting to defend Luka. So if there's one way that a guy that led the Suns to 64 wins and led them in scoring to get the respect that he deserves is to get the better of Luka in the second round matchup.
In this piece, you referenced a perceived lack of respect for Booker. Does Phoenix feel like they're getting the respect a defending conference champion deserves?
No. Not in the least. I mean, you could put Book on that list, Coach Williams, James Jones, Chris Paul. He's too focused. He's eating vegan food. He's not so much worried about that. But yeah, we don't even have someone noted to me, ESPN doesn't even have anybody that covers the Suns on a regular basis, and they just went to the West Finals. I'm like, hey, that's a bigger problem than me. But I'm gonna read you this Book quote that he told me. He said, "Winning a championship is something I want more than anything in life. I dreamed about the finals as a kid, but now it's reality and I have to make it happen. And if the Suns make it happen, they'll get all the respect that they deserve."
Absolutely, Mark. An image that sticks in my mind is Devin Booker walking out of Pfizer Forum last year. His eyes were toward the ground, and you could just tell he wanted to be back on that stage as soon as possible with a different result. For much more on Mark's reporting on Devin Booker, please head over to Anscape.com. I'm still here, though, with Ramona Shelburne. And Ramona, we've talked a lot about Luka. Yep. What are the Mavs expecting from him on this enormous stage, the biggest that he's been on in his career?
It's the biggest stage for him, and I think the big question in this series is how do the Suns defend Luka? Do you put Mikal Bridges on there, second in Defensive Player of the Year vote? But the Suns like to switch everything, and so there's going to be some fun chess pieces that move around on this in this series, because if you put Bridges on him, then they hunt for the switch. It reminds me a bit of last year when the Clippers were playing against the Mavs in the first round. They had Kawhi Leonard. You don't bring out Kawhi early on because you need him for the rest of the game. The Clippers would switch, and finally Kawhi would switch. By the end of the series, Kawhi was on him.
By the end of the series, you got to have your best defender on him.
Yep.
Somehow, some way, Ramona, we still have more to come on NBA Today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to work on something a little bit more aggressive for this graphic. Look at the light. Look at everything. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he is different. Now, we watched the Boston Celtics literally punk the Nets with physicality, with bully ball. But as my boy Zach Randolph once said, where he's from, bullies get bullied. And what happens when the most physical team goes against one of the most physical players? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look. Let's break this down.
First of all, I don't know, maybe I'm weird. I thrive through physicality. Like I love feeling beat up after games. I don't know why. My family think I'm a weirdo, but
you're not weird.
When the game, finish, I just kind of look at my body. If I don't feel like I'm beat up or I was physical enough, or they were physical to me, I feel like I didn't give everything for my team.
Now, so look, we're going to show a little theme of my guy, because you know why? You want people that embrace physicality, that look for physicality. And for the Boston Celtics, watch this. See, look, Al Horford's going to give him space because he's not really a three-point threat. But what does he do? He eats that space. The two biggest guys, Time Lord Al Horford, watch this. They put him in a tough spot, and what does Giannis do? He can handle all that physicality. And it's not about bullying through the physicality. It's forcing people to help that allow for open shots for your teammates, and they knocks down the shot. Then again here, what do we got? Jason Tatum. This ain't KD, bro. And I understand that KD's a monster, but this guy, watch this. Oh, get off me, little fella. Oh, here we go. Give me some more. Here. Oh, look, get out of here. And then what does he do? What does he do? He goes against the next biggest guy on the floor. Eat that and one. That's what he can do. He can take physicality and create for himself, but he can also take physicality and create for others. That's the difference between Giannis. And the last thing I'll say, they have a great team. This is a great team, and the way they are playing is going to be a big issue if the Boston Celtics can't learn to contain that monster. And they were missing an all-star.
And they can't muscle up, right?
They can't muscle up, man. That's a problem.
So physicality was the theme of game one, so let's get physical. Perk, you were both a physical player and a Celtic, so you are the perfect person to start with here. What is sticking with you from that game that we're now a day removed from?
Drew Holiday. I got to go with Drew Holiday. You know why? Because when I look at Drew Holiday, think about last year. When Giannis was out, Drew Holiday stepped his game up, and all of a sudden him and Chris Middleton became a dangerous duo last postseason. All of a sudden Chris Middleton goes out. Now he drops 25 and 10 game one and becomes a dangerous duo with Giannis Antetokounmpo. We already know what he's bringing on the defensive side of things, but the other thing that stood out to me is that I think it's very, very clear that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best basketball player in the world. Like, to go 9 for 25 and still have a triple-double and impose his will the way that he did, his dominance, and we still sitting up here talking about how great of a game he played when we know we could have saw better, it speaks volumes on how he has taken over that throne.
Perk, I know you had some thoughts on Jason Tatum's pregame outfit.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah. You know what? Look, here's the thing. I like when guys are confident. And listen, Jace T came in, he swagged up, he got his shades on. But you have to remember, Giannis walking in majority of the time, he got his sweatsuit on and those black Air Force Ones. And we all know how it is in the hood when somebody pulling up with the black Air Force Ones.
With creases.
They want all the smoke. So,
And he gave it to him.
With creases.
Facts.
Shoes tied tight, real tight.
yeah.
Never heard Portland
Run the other way.
go to that octave. Are you okay?
Yeah, the black Air Force Ones with
Run the
creases
other way.
tied real tight. That's not. They're not giving you no deal either. They're not giving you no deal. The price is the price.
Giannis has said before that he's got a little something. He just doesn't bring it out on game day.
What day does he bring it out?
You know, maybe the All-Star Dunk Contest when he's watching with his little phone. We have a 5-day-a-week show.
Okay.
So we can make. Did you know that? You don't show up 5 days a week. So we can make predictions, and we have takes on the league. I'm curious, Richard, did what happened yesterday change any of your thoughts on how this series is going to play out?
No, in the beginning, I thought that the Bucks were going to have to shoot the ball extremely well from three, especially without Chris Middleton, because you don't have that other playmaker. So a lot of it is going to be Drew and Giannis handling that physicality. Where he handled the physicality, didn't really shoot the ball particularly well, but you can see how that still allowed for open shots for his teammates. So if they can shoot between 38 and 42, that gives them a chance to win. But I do believe Boston's going to play exponentially better as this series goes on.
Malika, it did change for me, honestly. You know, a couple weeks ago, we were talking about, is Giannis the best player in the world? And I was like, let me see what happens when KD gets out there, see if the Lakers make the postseason.
What?
I know, but I'm just saying.
We're not allowed to mention them anymore.
Okay, I know, I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to say, like, best player in the world. You're talking about LeBron, you're talking about KD, you're talking about these up-and-coming.
I don't even know who the coach is.
I think right now, I'm willing to say, you know, as Perk said, he's not only, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not only the most dominant player, but he is the best player based on how he plays, given the circumstance that we're seeing without Chris Middleton. And so I'm always going back based on the gameplay and also facts and also feel. And at this point and period, going up against a Celtics team who had their rhythm, had the best defense, you're missing your other all-star, your running mate, and you still find a way to win when you're not necessarily as effective shooting the ball. You get 12 assists and you have a triple-double. And a lot of people don't talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo and his handle. He grabs the ball. He's got a tight handle. He's now making all the necessary reads. He's the best player in the world, and now we're seeing it in real time. Now, I think before I said it was Celtics in, I think, 5 or 6. I think I said it on NBA Countdown. I think it's going to be a 7-game series, and the basketball world will be happy for it. I won't tell you who's going to win, though.
You never bet against the champs. That's the rule. That's the rule.
See, I am. I still got the Celtics in 7.
Because you work for
I got the Celtics
You
in
work
7.
for
I'm
the
rolling.
Celtics, people.
No, I
You bleed
know
green,
that
bro.
I work for ESPN. I know it has nothing to do with it. I'm
wants to
so
keep that bag.
unbiased. I'm the most unbiased person on this panel. Listen, here's the thing. When it comes down to the Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they will bounce back. Hold on, look. We know that RJ is not going to say nothing about the Nets. We know Malika
saying
is not
Cap.
going to say nothing about her Golden State Bay Area squad. She going to ride with
We're
them.
talking
So we
about
know
the
what
Bucks
it
and the
is.
Celtics.
We know what it is.
are you talking about?
I
Can
know,
you
but
just
y'all.
say you agree with me, Perk?
I'm saying, y'all do